Hi everyone, it's a Tides Changing here, and welcome to part 15 of Let's Build a Suburban House. So today I'm going to be doing a mix of off-camera and on-camera changes. So I did all the changes for the first floor off-camera just to get through them a little bit quicker, and since I've already spent a lot of time tweaking things on the first floor. So first off, thanks to the help of Susan, I was able to fix the whole deck foundation showing through here. So what she said I could do is just make a one tile room around this whole area, then change the foundation. And after changing the foundation, you just get rid of that room and then it all stays the same. I don't know why I didn't think of doing that before, but I did it and it worked. So now, as you can see, you still have the lattice foundation outside here, and then on the inside you have the regular old plain wall foundation. So fortunately that is fixed. We no longer have the ugly lattice foundation in there. And moving on to the guest bedroom, we made a few changes in here. Crazy Cat Sims suggested that I add in a couch in here, so it could be sort of like if, say, a couple with a kid or two come here, the couple can sleep on the bed and then their kid can have kind of a couch to sleep in. So just to give it more of that kind of a look. So, and then that also helped to take up space on this wall because I had the chair here and then an empty space here. So I just put the couch in there, a little floor lamp in here to take up some space in here, and then because there's a floor lamp here now, I just took out the light that was on the end table. So now it's not quite as symmetric as it was before. I also made the floor lamp blue and then changed this to blue to add some other colors in this room because there previously were comments that this room was too yellow and green, so hopefully that helps to break up the coloring some. So there are the changes for that room. And quickly over here in the formal living room, I did take away the plants that were beside the fireplace because Stephanie said that they were a little bit too much, especially since there are already a couple of the other plants in this room. Also, Peyton suggested that I add wood flooring to the study and the formal living room. I did mess around with that some, but I just felt like it was too busy to have the wood flooring back in either the study or the formal living room. So I think I'm going to keep those as carpeting. I just kind of like how carpeting looks more, I like how carpeting looks in there. And then also in the study, Chasen suggested that I add in wood paneling. The only problem with that is that I feel like the wood paneling is a little bit too busy for this room, so I prefer the purple wall. Plus, I also worry that it gets a little bit too formal. But I just want to say that really quick to, show that I did see those suggestions and did try them out. I also did change the chairs in front of the chess table to be more formal, because that was suggested by Rory, and also I think previous parts people have said that they felt like the chairs were a little bit too informal. So I did finally change up, but I kept them a bright green color to add, some fun coloring to this room. But that is it for the lower floor here, so I'm going to move upstairs and do those changes on camera. Hopefully I get through these a bit quicker, because the last part was like 20 minutes of changes. So I really don't want this part to be I really don't want the changes in this part to take that long because that was just kind of ridiculous. So I don't want this part to be 55 minutes like the last one was. But a lot of you did seem to like the longer episodes, which kind of surprised me. But they do take a while to edit, so I'd prefer not to end up with a part that long again. But a common suggestion for this dinosaur room here was that there was too much orange in it and needed to be broken up some. So a common suggestion to help with that was to change this chair here to be blue, so I can do that. I think I'm going to keep all of this stuff blue. I mean, I could change this to be the blue, but I kind of like the desk orange more, and I like this stuff orange more, but what I can do is get rid of this red dinosaur here and replace that with a chair, which was suggested by Carson. So I'll just replace it with one of the child armchairs here. So we can just go with, I think, yeah, so that's the, we'll just go with this blue one with a star on it. I think that looks fine. Even if it doesn't completely keep with the whole dinosaur theme, I think it's fine, and it helps break up the color some. I think, because there was a suggestion to change the color of these curtains, but I think the coloring them is fine. I like the dinosaur pattern on it, so I'm just going to keep that the way it is. Also, Crazy Cat Sims suggested turning the rug 90 degrees so that the dinosaur's feet were facing the door. So that does help it to fit into this room a little bit better because before it was going a good bit of the way under the desk. So yeah, that helps with that and looks a little bit better. For this room, Dougal also suggested that I change some of the toy colors here because they were a little bit too blue, so they suggest that there be a variety in the colors. So I'll just make this toy beige, and we can change the robot to be, why not change it to be pink? And I think that that should be good for breaking up the colors with that. And another suggestion by Dougal was that I just have the bookshelf flat against the wall because it looks sort of odd diagonally. So I can just do that. We can just have it be flat in there. They should easily be able to get in there still. I'm not sure if it looks better diagonal or flat against the wall. We can try it this way. I guess that looks a little bit better. So we can just leave it like that. And another suggestion for this room was that Personify Peach and Ashley both said that they thought there should be some dinosaur stencils onto the walls, because in the last part I said that I felt like it could be a little bit much, but yeah, I can definitely add some of those in. So we can put one in here since now there's not an actual dinosaur in there. So I can just kind of have it, I feel like you wouldn't have it above the baseboard here, so we can have it right here underneath of that poster right there. And as for the color that fits in here best, I wish this actually was like, I find it weird that the lighter one in here is darker on the wall and then the darker one in here is lighter. That's just really weird. But as for a color, you know, maybe this one right here is best, since it kind of ties in with the blue some. I'm not sure if that's a little bit too much for this room though, because this poster is kind of large. Maybe we can just get rid of this poster and just have some dinosaurs on this wall. That might fit in a bit better in this room, so then we can have the T-Rex. Actually, I don't know if it would look weird to have the T-Rex like up on, I don't know, we're gonna make it look like the T-Rex is riding its back, although that makes absolutely no sense. It might just be fine to leave it like that on that wall. Maybe, where else would it make sense? We could also put it against above the bed, so it's like it's standing on the bed, kind of. But I don't know, we can just stick it right there. So then it's kind of like it's standing on the end of the bed. I don't know, maybe that looks kind of cute. I do wish it was a slightly different color, though, that blended in with this better, but it's kind of purplish and a little bit different than the other colors in this room. But that's it for this room here, so I guess this room's pretty much done now. So I'm just going to go over here and take care of one quick suggestion that was for this room. So Miss Vivala Glamour and Dougal both said that since there was this Triceratops in this room, that was a little bit repetitive to have one in this room as well. So I will change that to another one of these stuffed animals. So the last one that I feel would fit in this room would be the unicorn. So I'm just going to put a stuffed unicorn in here. And I don't know, I think that that color looks good. You know, I like this. I like how this color looks best. I feel like it just fits into the room the best. So that's it for that bedroom. So now these two bedrooms are done. Although now that I think about it, I'm not so sure that I really like that stencil right there. I think it might be best just to leave it at only this stencil. You know, we don't want to get too crazy with things. So there we go, both those rooms are taken care of. So there were more suggestions for this room than the other ones. So first off, it was commonly suggested that I replace this exercise machine with a punching bag, which does make a lot of sense because, you know, typically a punching bag would be something that's cheaper than a whole exercise equipment or exercise like Bowflex type. I don't know, this makes me think of a Bowflex machine, but yeah, it definitely would make more sense that this was in here than that. So we can maybe have this come out here. Actually, maybe, although I feel like the other one kind of fit into this room a little bit better, but this is, that's still fine. So we can have this in here and maybe center it over on this rug a little bit more. And then there was, okay, so we can have that be red so it fits in really well with that. Also, a lot of people pointed out that I could have used the athletic picture instead of this apple one. I forgot about it when I was furnishing this, but it definitely would make a lot more sense for this room, so I'll just have that there on the desk, so it's like they've got a picture of their sports team right near their computer. And another common suggestion was to change the floor in this room to be wood, so we can do that. I think that does look a lot better in this room, and also it might help make beige walls look better because a lot of people also said that they felt like the blue walls didn't completely fit in. So now we can try more of a beige color, and I think it was the lighter one in here that I was trying. So not this one, maybe this one. Or was it this one? And oh, there we go, 5 things just went to household inventory. Great. Alright, well, I'll have that to do once I replace all this. So I think this was the color that I was trying, and that does look a good bit better than the blue walls. But now I'm going to go put all this stuff back where it belongs. I got all those objects back in, but now I kind of want to see a darker color. I just really wish there was an actual dark gray because none of the grays are actually dark. We could try this, but then this is gonna go put everything I just placed back into the inventory. But maybe, I don't know, I feel like for this room, darker colors just look sort of better. So maybe this color here is fine. I kind of like it more than yeah, I think I like this darker brown here more than the lighter one. You guys can let me know what you think. I just really wish there was a dark gray, but I haven't been able to find one. These colors in here are pretty much the same, but they just don't have a border to go with them. Or yeah. What is it? Crown molding and base molding, I think is what it is. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what the technical terms are for like the top of the wall and the bottom of the wall. But anyway, now to go put all the stuff back in again. Alright, all the objects are once again back in their place, so hopefully I don't change the walls again and have to do that again. Also, another common change was using the yin and yang little rug under the bed. So we can try that. Let's get rid of this and try you. I think that the regular old black and white color is probably the one that looks best. So I could try placing that sort of under the bed, and I guess that looks pretty cool. There is also this rug here, which I missed. Maybe that looks better. You know, maybe that actually looks a bit better in here than the yin and yang one. I don't know, it looks pretty cool. So we can just use that. There's also, that might be, you know, it might be better just to leave it as a black and white, because that might be a little bit too much red. Moving on, though, Wiki 322 wanted to suggest that I move the dresser over some away from towards the hamper so it wasn't on the rug here. So I can move that over some. What do we do with the dirty clothes here? I can just move the dirty clothes over here. I'll figure out something to do with them later. So how do we, because then I did like that it was just centered right under here before, but then yeah, it is kind of going over to that rug a bit. But then if I move it over here, it's not completely centered. I mean, I could do this and have it so it's more centered under that window and then have the hamper over here on the other side. Maybe that looks fine. I could also just get rid of the hamper because they technically don't need it, and it just looks sort of out of place in this room, although maybe there's a color that fits in better. I don't know. I'm just gonna get rid of the hamper because I feel like it just doesn't fit in all that well. But also, Alma suggested that I add in a guitar, so I can go put that in. So I believe it's here in Activities and Skills. Click on the picture of the guitar to be in there. So I'll just use this guitar. We can stick it right here. We'll just stick it right here on the other side of the dresser, and I think that'll fit in better there than the hamper did. So there we go. We've got a nice black guitar to match with the theme. And hopefully that looks fine. It does drive me nuts a little bit that the dresser is centered onto the window rather than on the wall, but I guess it looks fine, and that way it's not intersecting with this rug right here. But Chasen and Deanna suggested that I try adding in a double bed if I could to this room, so I'm gonna see if I can fit that in. So, I mean, I might be able to, because it'll only be one more tile in width, so I'll just use the same bed type, which I believe would be this one, but larger, and then have the bed, of course, still be red. So that does fit in. It just takes up a good bit of room. So now we have to figure out something else to do with the sports pile. We could, but I'm worried if I stick it over here they can't use the dresser. I'll have to test that out. And then we can have the dirty clothes just peeking out from under the bed a little bit, so hopefully that... I think that looks pretty good, so the double bed actually fits in here. I'm going to test out whether the dresser and the punching bag still work really quick. So both the dresser and the punching bag work, which is good. So there were a few other suggestions in this room, and then we should shortly be done with it, but hopefully you guys think it's looking better than it was when I first started this part. But Brandon suggested that I use the unlocked gaming computer in here rather than this one. I kind of forgot that there was a computer that could be unlocked from the gaming, or the, I guess it was from the eSport gamer career. But I think it's, no, that's a top secret one. Oh no, that is it, okay. There we go, alright, so that's the computer we want to use. So we just put that in here, and it does have the red and black coloring on it, so it does match in with this room a lot better, so yeah, that actually works in there really well. And also Anna Banana suggested that I add in a shoe rack underneath of the mirror, so let me go do that. And yeah, that was in decorations. Which one was it? It was this one, I think. No? Was it? No, it was this one. I always mix up with whether the decorations are on in the clutter or the miscellaneous category. But we'll do the men's shoe rack right in here. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I like how that looks in there. Maybe there's a color. There we go. That fits in really well with the room. But I believe that is it for the suggestions. So here is the teen boy, the teen athlete room with all those changes made to it. So I think it does look a bit better than it did before I got started on this part, but now I'm going to move on to the other teen room and the teen bathroom, and this part will be however long it takes to finish those, which hopefully won't turn into a 55-minute part. But for this room, I wanted to go for a more feminine look to it because that's what a lot of you wanted to see, and I kind of avoided doing that with the kids' room, so I really want to try doing that with this room. And a lot of you also want to see kind of a punky, rebellious thing, so I guess it's going to be kind of a female or a feminine punk kind of a room. And another theme I wanted to have for it is that it was a room of a sim who wanted to be a celebrity, like a celebrity musician. So yeah, so it's going to be a feminine punk musician who wants to be a star room. So it's kind of a lot of different themes going on, but I think I can make it work. So first things, I will just get the curtains in here. So we'll get those and get the light as well. So I'll just be using the ball light since that is my favorite light. And I'll use this coloring here, which has the cherry blossom trees on it. I think that's really cute and that would work well for this room. And I think for this room, like the other teen room, I will just use wood floors rather than carpet. So we'll have the kids' rooms with carpet and then the teen rooms with wood flooring, so hopefully that's fine. I'm not sure what I'll do over here in the master suite, but at least the whole upper floor won't be the same flooring. But as for the bed, I'm not sure what I would use, but I think when I have the bed, where should I have the bed? Maybe here. I'll have the bed over here, kind of near the door. And I will do a double bed for this room, so maybe this one right here. Let's see what we... Whoops. Let's see what kind of color choices we have for this bed here. So we have got this one. Although maybe I don't want to use this bed because I always use that bed. I use this bed in the other room, but we could use this one. Could go with that. I think that would work well for the theme I want. So I will just use this bed, and what was the matching end table for this one? I think it's this one. We could go with, is that, I don't know if that matches or not. But we could go with this. I think this actually matches pretty well. So let's see. Yeah, I think that works. And then as for some lamps, I think I'm just going to have a lamp on one side. It's not really necessary to have two lamps since this is just a room for one sim. So actually, you know what? I'm going to use a different one because I always use this one. I'm trying to switch up the furnishing that I use a bit. Could use this one that I used over in the other room, make it black. So I guess this room will have more of a pink and black theme to it. Maybe, no, I don't like the lighting the candles give, but I could have some books over on this end table here, so it's like just some reading books for night. Would it look, I don't know if it looks strange to have, you know, I think that looks fine on there, we'll keep it. And maybe change it to this one right here. Yeah, I think that looks good. And I want to see if I can get a plant on the end of it as sort of like a... I don't think I'll be able to because it'll just keep snapping to other places. Yeah, I can. I wanted to make it look like there was something on the end of it as sort of a bookstop. But we could find a plant. There we go. We could use this plant that doesn't actually snap onto the table. Or this one. Yeah, this one doesn't snap, so it'll work. And there we go. And yep, there we go. I just want to look like, because I kind of like looking at it makes no sense. Because you've got the bookstop here, but then it, you know, like it makes no sense why these books would be standing up perfectly straight. So this just makes it look like a nice little bookend on the other side. And what color do we want? We'll go with black. Also, I've been getting questions lately about rotating items and moving items freely. I discussed this in an older part, or like a earlier part of the series, but it's been a while since I mentioned it, so I'll just quickly talk about it again. So if you hold down Alt, you can move objects off the grid like that. Also, if you rotate them, I've also been getting questions about how to rotate items other than using the arrow keys. So pretty much you just, like, it's kind of hard to explain, but you just hold down the left button on your mouse and just move your mouse in a circular motion. It's one of those things that I don't really think about and I just kind of do, but yeah, that's about it. You just hold it down, move it in a circular motion in the direction that you want to turn the object, and it just makes it a whole lot easier to position objects how you want. You know, if you hold down Alt, you can do it freely. So yeah, that's how you can rotate objects without using the arrow keys for those of you who didn't know how to do that. And I think we do need some other items here on this end table, so maybe we can have the butterfly picture right here. Although, I don't know. Maybe something other than that. I don't know. I keep doing the same objects. I keep doing a box of tissues. I don't want to... You know what? I'll just do the butterfly poster. Just whatever, because I don't feel like putting a tissue there again, because that's what I always do, but I like how that's looking. Fits in well with the theme I want. And up above the bed, I think I'm just going to add in some shelves. I think some shelves with some objects will look good, and also, now that there's Move Objects on sheet, I can add in almost any object I want. I'm not limited to only what snaps up there. But I'm thinking a black shelf will look good to fit in with the pink and black theme that this room's going to have. And let's get you perfectly lined up. So we'll just have a couple layers of shelves up here, and then I'll just let those snap to the regular position. So yeah, there we go. That looks good. Although maybe we want to move that down. I think that's fine. Yeah, I think that looks fine in there. Although perhaps a gray color would look better. No, you know what? I'm just gonna stick with the black. So that maybe it'll look better a little bit higher up, somewhere between where. So maybe right here. There we go. There we go. That's perfect. So what do we want to have up there? I could add some little... I keep adding toys to the house. I was about to say I could add some like stuffed animals up there. But I've been adding way too many toys to this house, so I'm just going to avoid doing that. We could add some more pictures up there and some books. So I could add this. I don't know if I want to do that though. I always use the books too. I could just add books up there. And I think that color looks best. Could also put some tissues. I think that would be fine to put up there. And let's see if there is a bright... So there's not a pink that matches that, so we'll just go for... But then that blends in. You know, it doesn't match perfectly, but I still think that's fine. And as for what else we can add up there that makes sense... Now that little rose bucket wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. We could add some plants. Or look in here and see what's in here that we can add as well. Candles, maybe? I don't know about candles. I feel like even though you can now pretty much put whatever you want on the shelves, I'm still not exactly sure what to add other than plants and the normal stuff I add, but I can at least get some new plants up in here, so I can add this one. So we'll just get it all the way up on here, and I think that's not... Yeah, that's not floating, so that's good there. And I wish there was a black color for this. We can just keep it white. I think white works fine. And what else? You know, maybe I could just have the picture up here and just not have anything else on this end table. I think that's fine. Doesn't really need anything else on it. And then now I just have to figure out what to add onto the top shelf. I'll probably have this somewhere else in the room, but actually that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. We could have books. More books. I mean, we've already got books everywhere. Elsewhere on the shelves. So we can just stick those there, and they are floating. Nope. Still floating. Okay, so I think up one should be good. Yeah, there we go. That works. And as for coloring, I think this one works pretty well. So now we just need some more objects up there. You know, we could just stick candles. I think candles would be fine. And then just have to raise them up a little bit. And that should be good. So there we go, I like how that looks, and maybe some white candles. Yeah, I think that works with the theme of the room pretty well. And maybe just one plant in the center in here, and then that could be it. So, you know, maybe we could put a smaller plant here, and then just move this up onto the top shelf. So there we go. That looks pretty good. Oh no, okay, never mind, that one's a little bit too tall. So I'll just stick, let me just stick this plant. Although kind of like being able to, maybe one that doesn't snap so that way I can, okay, this one doesn't snap, so I can just place it wherever I want. And, you know, we can make it blue, add some other colors into this room. And there we go. Alright, so I think that looks pretty good for that shelf right there. The whole bed area is looking pretty nice. And maybe some posters on the sides of it, so we can do this poster right here. I think that'd be perfect for this room. And then this one. I think that one looks good. So there we go. I really like how this room is coming along. And after I did the cheerful teen room that I uploaded yesterday, it was requested by Ashley that I try incorporating it into the Let's Build, so I'm going to do the whole built-in wardrobe desk thing right here, since this is the perfect size for it. That's the same space that I put it in the room that I did yesterday. So we can do that and use the pink and black wardrobes. So I want to have it line up right with this wall here. So there we go, that is perfect. And I think this other one over there is good as well. So then I'm just gonna, once again, stick another one in right behind it just to fill in the space and make it look like it goes all the way back. And they should still be functional. I have to admit I actually didn't test it after I made the room, and maybe... You know, we'll just have to bring this forward a little bit more into this one. So there we go, that looks pretty good in there, and then we can just get some of the kitchen cabinets to bridge the gap in there. Right, so right here, and then there should still be, yeah, there we go. It's not an exact match, but it still works pretty fine. I mean, you're not really going to see the cabinet color of it too much. It's kind of a disappointment that the browns are slightly different, but I think it's fine. So let's get that perfectly lined up. Yeah, it doesn't perfectly match, but it's not that huge of a deal. I still like how it looks, and then I will use the same desk I used in that room, so that was this one right here, and I think it'd be too much if it was pink, so I'm gonna make it black. But maybe, because if I do it pink, you know, there's already pink on the wardrobe, so I think it would just look better if I made it black. And then get it right up against the wall. So I think... Oh no, this one doesn't come forward as much. Yeah, I think there's a little bit... We can just push this back some, so it lines up perfectly. When you look down at it, yeah, I think that looks good now. Alright, so there we go. We've got a nice whole built-in desk situation going right here, so that looks pretty cool. And then as for the chair, I will use this one, and maybe want to make it pink. Or black. I could just change it to black. Yeah, I think I'll just change it to black because there's already a lot of pink going on in there, so I think that looks really good. I really like how this room's coming along. So now we just gotta get a computer in here. So which one do I want to use? There is this one. You know, I think I'm just gonna use this one. Not use the most expensive computer. And then now we need a nice desk lamp in here. So for the desk lamp, I think I'm gonna go for white just to switch up the color some, because if I make it black, then it's just gonna blend in way too much. Yeah, that just blends in too much, so I think this coloring here looks fine. And then, like I did with the cheerful teen room, I'm just gonna put a billboard in behind it. So I think that's here in the wall decorations. There we go. Alright, there we go. That works really well. So I'll do that, then change the frame to black. So everything fits in, so let's move that down a bit. And there we go. So now we just gotta get the other decorations in here, and that should be good. So I'm really happy with how this room's coming along so far. And what else do we want? I think we need some books. Some books would be good, although I do use those a lot. And maybe a little plant too. I kind of want to add a plant in. So maybe I have the plant there and move these books forward a little bit. And let's change that to... You know, I think the blue will be fine. Just add a little bit of another color in here. So I think that's enough furnishing right there on the desk, and I do want to add in a backpack right next to it. So there we go, we'll do this one, and we'll make it pink. And add it right in under there, so that looks pretty good. Or no, that one, actually I like this one. We'll use the skull and crossbones backpack. Now that I think about it, I might just drop the whole, like, teen who wants to be a celebrity kind of look I wanted through in this room, because that might be a little bit too much to try and incorporate, and I don't think there's going to be enough space for it, but I definitely can still give it a musical theme. Also, I can try and see what kind of rugs there are that would fit in really well in this room. So we could do this one, but then it's not perfectly centered onto this bed. I wonder if this one will nope, that won't fit. We could do this. Nah, I don't really like that one. What else is there? I could also do this one. This one would probably fit in really well in this room. So I do like having rugs under the bed, so I could do that, and then maybe do a different kind of a rug out here. So what else would fit out here? So I could do this and see what... Okay, that's really bright. That's a little bit too bright. So maybe this one, this is pink but a little bit more subtle, but then I don't know that could be too much rug for this room. So maybe I'll just leave it at the rug under the bed and then have that be it so there isn't too much floor coverings in here. And I'm going to revisit these curtains because I'm not so sure how I like them anymore. Let's see what colors they are. So I could change them to gray, which might work a little bit better. And I don't think there's any other curtains with colorings that would really... there is that, but then once again, that one doesn't really... I don't know, that just doesn't really fit in with the theme I want to have for this room. I don't like how that looks. But over in this corner here, I could have some instruments, so I could put another circular rug in the corner here, so then that would be another rug for this room to help break up the flooring some, and then just have a bunch of instruments and the microphone in there. So, I mean, I know it's for comedy, but it could be like it's a singing microphone in this room, and then they'd still, you know, if there's any Sims who want to work on their comedy skill, they still have it to use. So let's get a guitar in here. I think this one, using the black color once again, I don't want to use that. Also a violin, so I will use... Is that the kid? That's the kid... No, is that the kid one? I don't think that's a kid one. Okay, no, that's not the kid one, that's the adult one. Alright, so I'll use that one, have it in a white color. I feel like that's what would fit the room best. And maybe I want to use this cool guitar here. Ooh, let's see how that looks. Alright, yeah, I like that. I think that looks pretty good. So we've got a little instrument kind of a setup here. Oh, I just thought about it. Since this is a musician's room, I could replace these plants up here. I mean, I like the plants, but... You know what, actually, I'll get rid of the books down here and then move this plant here. And then replace the spot that that plant was in with a trophy. And then replace that plant over on the other side with a trophy as well. Since there are the music trophies, and then... I forgot I had those that I could place. I'm not sure where else to put them because I don't really want to use the same trophy case that I used in the other bedroom. So I could definitely do that. So I think I don't know if there's a couple music trophies, but we definitely want to add that one. And let's see if I can turn it so it actually faces out towards the room. There we go. And what other colors are there? Oh, you know what? I think I like the original color best. And I think that's it as far as music trophies go. But I could still add... this trophy. So this is like the You've Got Talent trophy, so I think that would work pretty well for the theme. But I do have to use the cheat to move this up. And this one might actually go through the ceiling. Yeah, that's going to go through the ceiling, so perhaps I could move... Alright, I have to fix that, but I can move this one up here, and then move this one down onto the other shelf, and hopefully it wouldn't come through into the top shelf above it. But I think that should be good, and it looks like it will fit in fine. And let's rotate it. Ah! Alright, go right there. Alright, so there we go, and the trophy's going through the ceiling. Okay, I'm gonna move these shelves down some so that it doesn't go through the one below it here, but that this isn't going through the ceiling. And line up right. There we go. Well, I finally got the whole shelving situation figured out, so now I can move on to some other parts of the room. So over here, I think there needs to be some more posters, so we can... I think, okay, yeah, I added that one in over there. Oh, this one would be really good, so maybe we can make this one a bit bigger so it takes up more space on this wall. I think that'd be pretty good for this theme of a room. And there were those... You know what, I think it would fit in to have this in this room because the coloring matches. And also, you know, it's got, like I said, it's a music-loving sim, so they probably want to have maybe their favorite musical inspiration up on their wall. So I think that looks pretty good. I don't like these curtains. But there's not really a much better option for it. I mean, I could do... Is there a smaller version of these? I could do this, but then that's just really plain. Yeah, I don't like how those look. They're just a little bit too plain. So I guess I'm just kind of stuck with that. Maybe it'll look better once I get the wallpaper and all of that on the wall here. But I did want to add a mirror in, so I think that this corner right here would be pretty good for putting a standing mirror in. So I will use this one and make it a pink color to match the rest of the room. And I think maybe a smaller plant would look pretty good on the floor right here, so we could do this one. Fits in well with the more contemporary theme this room has. And I'm not sure what else to put. Oh, I could put a hamper right there next to the bathroom door. That would probably be a pretty good spot for a hamper, so we can do that. And I can take these clothes here and put a nice clean stack of clothes on top of the hamper. I think that'd be pretty good. So there we go, and maybe another poster or painting up above that. So I could do this, maybe that would look fine, and change the frame to be black. So I think that works pretty well. Yeah, I like how that looks. I think that works well in here. So we've got that going on. Maybe I could try putting some shorter bookshelves at the end of the bed. That might look pretty good. So where's that storage? I'm pretty sure there were some lower lying ones like this. That one's a little bit too tall. There is this one, so maybe I could just have this at the end of the bed. That could look pretty good, although it doesn't have a backing to it. I kind of wish it had a backing, but unfortunately it doesn't. But I think that looks pretty cool. You guys can let me know what you think of this. What do you think that looks odd or not to have a bookshelf right at the foot of the bed? But I actually think it looks pretty cool. Maybe it looks better than having a coffee table there like I was going to, but maybe a gray color to match the bed frame would look good. Or do we want to just go with the straight black? You know, I think maybe the grayish color looked a little bit better, so we can do that, and then we can put some decorations into the bookshelf. I wish it was a little bit wider, but then I don't really want to combine two of them. I mean, I could try that, but I don't think that would work very well. Yeah, that doesn't work well at all, so we're just going to put that back. Although, maybe the black color did look better. Yeah, I think that looks fine. So you guys can let me know what you think of that. Whether you think that this should stay. I just felt like there had to be something at the end of the bed, and I wasn't sure what else to put. And then I can put some plants and maybe some other decorations inside of it. So let's see what kind of smaller plants I can find. So this one, oh, that would look pretty good. So we have that there. And I think just the white color it's in now looks fine. And then I can have one of those books that I took off the shelf in there, one of the smaller book stacks. So I guess this is also a sim that likes to read a lot. I'm just not sure what else to put in there, so we could do this book stack here and then move it up into the bookshelf. So it's just like some books that were messily, not really put away neatly. And then up on top of it, maybe some CDs. Will I be able to move them, or will it snap? Yes, it will snap. Okay, so I have to find something that won't snap, so we could add some nail polishes, so we can add these kinds of objects that I would normally put on dressers on top of this, since I don't have anywhere else to put them, so I think that works pretty well. Okay, so there we go, that's not floating, and then I think I could fit in another object. So there we go. Alright, I think this works. There we go. Maybe not the last one. So yeah, I think that looks... Oops. I think that looks pretty good, and it'll look better once I get the wall colorings in. But yeah, I like how that looks, and I was thinking there could also be a chair maybe right here looking over at this, so if someone wanted to sit and watch her play guitar or the violin, then they could just sit there. So what kind of chair? Maybe this one right here would fit in best. So this one does come in this color that matches. So there we go, and then it can also be a reading chair as well, since it's right next to the bookshelf. So, yeah, I like how this looks, and it's angled right towards that. Although maybe, I don't know if we want to try a different color. We could try that, just to break up the pink some. Not sure how that looks. Could also do a dark purple, just do something else. That doesn't look too bad, actually. And then could also just go with a black chair. But I think I actually liked the pink best. I thought that looked pretty good. So yeah, I'm really, really liking how this room's coming along. And I think a pile of dirty clothes might also look good over here, kind of like maybe they were trying on some clothes in this mirror and then just threw ones they didn't like in a pile and never bothered to clean them up. I've definitely done that before. But yeah, I like how this one looks. Okay, so we'll do that and just put it right there. Maybe even a couple of piles. So we can have a couple piles of different colors in here, and maybe use the move objects cheat to move a pile up a little bit. I'm not sure if we move it up too much if we just did one click, but we could try that and move it up so that it looks like it's on top of the rest of it, just to give it a little bit of height. Okay, yeah, you can definitely tell that's floating, so that doesn't work. Alright, so in that case, I'll just leave it like that, and then maybe scooch this in a little bit closer. So there we go, I think that looks pretty good. And I think before adding anything else in, I'm actually just going to put the wall color on. So I did want to see, I know I used the dark purple color in the study, but I wanted to try using this room because I feel like it would go really well in it. So there we go. I think this matches well with the room. But we can go in here and get a better look at it. Yeah, I actually really like how that looks. I think that's a perfect color for this room. I really do like how this room looks. The only thing is, I don't like the curtains. So I might just try out a couple of the other curtains to see if there's anything that looks good. Actually, I was looking and I saw these, which look a good bit better. They might match a little bit too much with the walls. Like maybe they would look a little bit better with brighter walls, but they definitely look better than what was in there before and definitely make the room look so much better. So here is this shot of room. This is definitely my favorite shot of this room. For some reason, I'm pretty sure... Is this lamp not... Yeah, that lamp's not on. Okay, that would help brighten this area of the room up a lot more. So I will just fix that really quick. And where did the... There it is. Okay. Oh, maybe that was on. Alright, well, I will do the whole sticking the tube light up in the cabinet thing to make this look a little bit brighter, because it's just a little bit dim over in this desk area. There we go. That did not make it look much brighter. Okay, maybe another one. It could also just be that the walls are so dark, like maybe them being so dark is just making the rest of the room seem like it's really, really dark. But I do like the clutter look of this room. I like the theme it has. Hopefully you all like it as well. But I'm going to move on to this bathroom, and then after that I will finish the part. With this room, I did get requests to make it look like the parents renovated it just for the teens, so I will do that. I mean, this isn't like... I was more worried about doing that with this bathroom because it's right off the main area, so it's kind of like one that guests might use if they need... Well, no, there's a guest bathroom, so never mind that, but this room's, you know, it's private. This bathroom's private to these two bedrooms, so I feel like it would make a little more sense that this would be one that was renovated, especially for the kids. So I will try to do some, you know, more crazy and interesting things with it and make it work for both the Sims. So I think for the counters, a black color would be good because I know, like, this room has a pink and black theme, and then this one has a red and black theme, so I could definitely see, I think some black counters would work really well for this room. And then for the sink, we can do this one, but in a black color, so I like how that looks. And it was suggested that I use a star mirror. Oh, that does not fit. Well, that would have been cool to use, but it doesn't exactly fit in there. Just kind of... Yeah, it's gonna poke through the wall, so darn, I can't use that. But, because, I don't know, I just feel like this is the best spot for the sink. It's just, like, the perfect size, and then I think there could be a double sink, because there definitely has to be a double sink in this bathroom, because it's belongs to two different Sims, so they might both just come in here and, like, brush their teeth at the same time or something like that in the morning. So yeah, I think it's just best if I leave it like that. I will figure out a curtain though, so I have to get one that doesn't intersect. So I can just use a shorter one here. And as for the coloring, we can go something, you know, maybe I'll go with, you know, since we've got pink and black, red and black, I'll go with green and black, since, you know, I think that would work well for both the Sims. So we will add the bath caddy, and I'll leave it that color. I think a brighter color would be good, since there's already a lot of dark coloring in this bathroom. And we definitely need some soap, so we can have two soaps in here. There we go, one there and one there. And as for a color, let's do... I'll just change it to white. I think white would look the best. And, oh, we gotta have the little toothbrush caddy in there. Let's see what colors there are for that. So, out of those, white is definitely the best. If we can get this little skin... Okay, that does not fit. Maybe a tissue box. I think a tissue box would look pretty good. And let's see if there's a lime green kind of a color. Yes, that works. Alright. And, oh, I should probably choose the flooring for it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use the same flooring that I used in this bedroom. Or bathroom. I think that would work really well. Yeah, I like how that looks. Although maybe I want to try the tile. Yeah, I think this one looks better. I think this, you know, something more subtle like this looks better. And then I can have a hamper in here as well, and I'll put it closer to the other bedroom because I did take the hamper out of this one, so, you know, this can be kind of like the hamper for them. And then on this side over here, we can add this in, a nice little towel cart or whatever you want to call it, and then change that to be the black color here. Well, that's not quite, this one's a little bit darker, so I'll go with that, and then I could add another stack of towels on top of it maybe, because I can use the cheek to put something on it. So what would work best? I did do candles in the Christmas house. I did candles on top of this type of thing, but maybe another stack of towels would just be best. So I can just take this and stick it all the way on top of it. And maybe there'll be, I can't remember what colors there were, but maybe there'll be another one I could use that, we'll go with purple. I think that looks pretty good. It goes with the green colorings. So I think that works pretty well. And then over here I will have another shower bathtub combo thing going on. So I kind of want to have the whole wall separation thing in it that I like to do. So maybe we could just have it, I don't know if we want to have it against the wall, like here, and then have or if I want to do it like this, and then, I don't know, I could do it like this, and then have the wall go like this around it, and then, oh, why did that move stuff? And then, but you know what, actually I think it would look better if I just put it against the wall here, and then just had it go over once. Or, I don't know what I'm trying to say, do this! There we go, and, okay, so now I gotta go put those towels back in. Alright, there we go, the towels are back in place, and maybe there is a green color for this that would work well. Or maybe, ooh, that would work. Oh, I like that. That works really well. Okay, so we'll do that color for it. Oh, now, I don't know if I really like these curtains. Maybe blue and black? I don't know. Could do red. I want to use a different color than I normally would. I just wish this whole thing was this green color here, because I don't really like whatever that beige color is, but I guess it's fine. Or maybe the blue looks... I kind of like the blue more. Maybe we'll do a blue and black with some greens mixed in. I think I'll keep this green because I kind of like that color. And then on here I can have a towel rack, so I think I'll go with this more industrial one here. So we can do that. And what kind of a color? So I'll just use this color so that this area right here is black. And then on second thought, maybe I'll just go with a simple white for that right there. Although I don't like the color of this. You know what, I'll just switch it back to green. You guys can let me know what you think of that. And then over here in this little area will be the toilet. So for this one, I think I'll actually use this interesting little toilet right here. And is there a green color? Yes, there is. Alright, so we can have a funky green turtle. I was about to say turtle. Funky green toilet in there. Now that that's in there, I of course have to remember the toilet paper, although if I forgot it, you all would let me know. And then above that, ooh, I can add this into the shower right here. And what kinds of... I think it's best just to leave that the regular old white color. And then on top of this, I'll just stick this whole shelf here like I have been doing lately. And we can add some more towels, because you can never have too many towels. And I think right here was fine. Yeah, I think that's good. It's not... well, okay, but it's sticking through the bottom. Alright, so just gotta move that up a little bit, and that should be good. So I think I'm gonna make these towels right here blue. I don't know, just trying to get some other colors into this bathroom, make it a little bit more colorful. So we can have that green in there. And maybe we can put some soap on it, kind of like it's extra soap, for when the current soap bottles run out. I don't know, some people keep soap stockpiled, so this could be like the soap stocking shelf. So we'll add that there, and maybe make it purple? I don't know. I'm gonna make it white. I'll just keep it a nice simple color. And then maybe another bottle, so they're really stocking up on their soap. So there we go. We can have that there too, and make that the same color. And then maybe another tissue paper box, so it's like a, this is like the shelf that they, okay, that soap's floating. But, so this is like the shelf that they put their extra stock of stuff on. So we'll add that, and then I have to move the soap down one, and move it back in there. Yeah, there we go. Alright, that looks good. And I guess the coloring's fine. I don't know. Let's keep it the same color. And then, since I won't have a plant up there, I'll just put a plant right here in this corner. So I'll use this one. I haven't used this one a little bit, so I think it's fine. And as for the color, I will use a bright blue once again to add some more color into this room. So hopefully this bathroom is bright and interesting enough for those of you who wanted to see some different color types in here. And then I also think I'm going to hide one of those bar lights into the shelf to try and give some extra light into this little part of the bathroom, since it is a little bit dark. So where? Wall lights right here. Okay, so we're in that. And I will just, okay, so you kind of show through a lot. Oh, we'll just stick it up on the ceiling. There we go. Now you can't see it. Yeah, there we go. That works. And maybe to fill in this area right here, I can put in a little trash can, because, you know, a lot of times bathrooms do have trash cans in them. So I think that would definitely be a good and realistic way to fill in the space. So I'll just add in this simple little one right here, right there next to that wall. So that'll help fill in the space. And there we go. And yeah, I think it's best just to keep that white. And then I also do think there need to be a couple of paintings in here. So I'll just add some paintings in, and the furnishing in this is actually nearing completion. So we are almost done with this part. So what do I want to have on this wall? I could use this one. This is a nice modern type of a wall decoration in for here, and then change the frame to be black. And I don't know if we really need anything else. We do need a couple handhelds, so I'll get those in there. And that, I think, should be about all the furnishing this room really needs. So after that, I just have to do the wallpaper. And as for coloring, maybe do that. I think that matches. Yeah, there we go. I think that works. We do lastly need a rug, so I'm going to use this one right here and make it a funky color. So I don't know if there's a bright green. There is that green. There's this one, which doesn't quite match. So maybe this color. I don't know, but that's a little bit different, though. Maybe we just want to go with black and white. Maybe that's fine. Because this one, I don't know, the greens are close, but they're not the same. Although, I don't know, maybe it looks fine to me. It might look good to match a couple different colors, so we'll just have that in front of the sink. Although, I don't know, maybe it make more sense to have in front of the... You know, we'll leave that one in front of the sink, and then there is this one right here. That's supposed to be like a bath mat, so then maybe you could have this one right here in front of the shower. So hopefully that's not too many rugs in here, but I think it looks fine. Although, you know what, on second thought, I will just get rid of that. So I'll just leave it as this one only. And now I just have to pick out some wall coloring, or some wallpapers for here. So I think I want to use the paneling, or the plastic paneling type wall, wherever it was. Okay, so I'll use this one right here, and let's see what kind of colors we can get. So we can get this one, although that might be a little bit too much. We might want to go with something more neutral and then maybe have an accent. And, ooh, that might be a little bit too dark, though. We could go with this, and then there is this one that's even brighter. But then I did want this to be sort of a darker bathroom, so I think that this works pretty well. And we could have the green as an accent in some places, or maybe even just the white as an accent. I think that actually looks pretty good. You guys can let me know what you think of this. I don't know if I want to have green anywhere else. Maybe I'll just leave just this as green. Although maybe I should just use a lighter color, because that might be a little bit too dark. Yeah, I'll just make that lighter, because it might have been getting a little bit too dim. So I don't know, maybe this looks pretty cool. I'm not sure what you all think of this bathroom, but I think it looks pretty interesting. It's definitely a lot different than the other bathrooms in this house, but then some of you did want this bathroom to look like it was renovated specifically for the teens, and I think this is a bathroom that, you know, with their styles that both the Sims and these rooms could agree on. Hopefully. I don't know, I think it is. I still think it would look a lot better, though, if this curtain was all one color, but I think I'm going to go ahead and end this part. You all can, of course, let me know what you think of these two rooms, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and bye!